Hey, it's Ted McGrath. So I'm going to give you three marketing secrets that are rarely done. We just launched about, I don't know, 40, 50 client funnels in the last several months here in this room. And the way that we did it was based on three marketing principles. So first and foremost, most people never actually get launched. And there's a lot of confusion out there in the marketplace. People are trying to do more than one thing. And so they never get launched. So when I first started out, I stuck to one strategy that I literally beat over and over and over and over again for the last 7, 8, 9 years. And so I think when marketing happens, particularly today, there's so many different options you have in the marketplace. You could do social media videos in terms of posting organically. You could do Facebook groups. You could do podcasts. You could write a book. You could create online courses. You could do webinars. You could do live events. You could do virtual seminars. There's so many options when it comes to marketing that the key that I found to be successful in marketing is just choose one thing to start. So choosing one strategy and choosing one direction and sticking to that for year after year after year after year is one of the keys to making millions and millions and millions of dollars online and also being very successful in your business online. So number one, choose a strategy. The second thing is most people think that the end game is getting launched. And the reality is that the start of the game is actually getting launched. But because so few businesses actually ever really get launched online and ever really get lots of people consuming their content and buying their courses or buying their services, most people think the end game is getting launched. And that's not the end game. And so there's been so many failures to launch or half launches or half dones that most people have never been successful online in experiencing a successful launch. Well, the most successful launch is just to get launched with a specific strategy that you can commit to. And so once you get launched online, you stick to that strategy. And the key from that point on is optimizing. So in any marketing strategy, there's probably at least 5 key components that you actually have to optimize when you get launched. And when I first launched online, and since I launched about 9 years ago, I've had 60,000 people buy my courses and my systems and my services. But when I first launched, I didn't know the things to measure. So if you don't know how to measure the game or score the game, you can't possibly know how to win. So when I first actually got launched, I was like, well, this Facebook ad thing, like, how do I know if I'm succeeding on that? And then I started getting leads on my list. I'm like, what's a good cost to pay per lead? And then I started getting people to like buy my products. And I'm like, what's a good purchase rate, like sales conversion rate? I didn't know that. And then people started booking calls to talk to my sales team. I'm like, what's a good booking rate? And then people started not showing up for the phone calls. I'm like, what's a good no-show rate? And then people got on the phone calls and we started closing deals and we're like, what's a good closing rate with leads that are coming in from Facebook traffic? Since then we've spent like 13 million in ads and we know every conversion rate. So the key to success once you've launched online is what I call CEO metrics. There's specific metrics that a CEO can look at, meaning you in your business, and know right away, is this component working or not? So for ads, we have a metric. For purchase rate, we have a metric. For showing up on calls, we have a metric. For closing rates, we have a metric. We have a metric for everything that as a CEO, you can look and go, am I succeeding on this step, this step, this step, this step, which eventually creates the staircase that gets you to the top of the stairs or the top of the mountain. And most people in marketing don't know the steps or the key metrics that lead to the ultimate success or win that they're looking for, which is getting clients or succeeding or making money online. So that's the second thing that people always miss. I was so confused when I first launched online. I'm like, what are the metrics that you actually measure? And so when somebody does get launched, they quit too quickly because they don't know the little wins along the way. And if you look at anything in your life, anything you've succeeded at, you realize it was the little wins along the way that led to the ultimate win. If you played athletics, you realize it was practice after practice after practice where you won a little bit and you won a little bit and won a little bit and you played the match. And then maybe you won some more and got the ultimate victory. So everything in life has steps or gradients or grades that you go through to get the ultimate win. And in marketing, if you don't know what those steps are, then you throw your hands up and you go, this stuff sucks, or I hate this, or it's so frustrating. So that's the second thing to know when you're launching online. And the third thing to know is that online marketing, it can be a very frustrating thing because of the first 2 points that I mentioned. One, never actually getting launched because you don't have one specific strategy. Two, not knowing what success is when you actually get launched. And then three, the frustration one has to deal with because when you go online, there's many different particles or parts that make the system or the thing successful. And it's because of those parts that the speed of online is faster than offline. Like offline, if I go to a business meeting, I'm like, hey, how you doing? I'm Ted. And I meet you, we meet each other and we set a meeting and then maybe we do some business. There's a few steps to it. So it's not complex. And the power of it is also not very powerful because it's one person going out to meet another person. Now, big deals, big businesses can be created from this, but the action is one simple action of one person to another. So there's not that much speed in it. There's not that much power in it. There's great connection in it, but there's not speed and power and large numbers. So when you go online and you're creating a system or many parts that reach large numbers of people, there's lots that can go wrong. And because you're relying on that thing, that marketing system to provide lots of power and speed, know that a thing that's going to provide lots of power and speed, when it breaks or when it doesn't work, it falls through the damn ceiling and you get frustrated. So being frustrated in online marketing is a normal thing because you're dealing with parts and components that something will inevitably break, right? It's like a mechanic who understood how to operate an engine and fix it. There's so many different parts that a mechanic would know how to fix it if something broke. Well, when you're running a marketing system, you're kind of like a mechanic who doesn't really know how to run it at first. And so when something breaks, you don't know how to fix it or you don't know where it's coming from. So you get frustrated and you're like, God, this marketing thing sucks. So just know when you go online, you're going to have that contrast of offline was I just shook somebody's hand and I did a deal versus online. There's all these parts of your ads and collecting leads and the technology that sends emails out and the text messages that get sent out and the booking thing to get somebody on the calendar and the closing process and the failed close and the no-show. You have all these things that can go wrong. But when they go right, you create the ultimate machine that reaches millions and millions and millions and millions of people. And that's the true game that I think most people are at or after online. So in summary, the three things that I'm talking about here that will make your life a lot easier is number one, most people don't get launched with a strategy. They do too much. They don't pick that one strategy that's going to get them to reach their goals online. And they do lots of different things. When you're starting out, you need one thing and that's it. That's it. You need one thing. And if you're doing more than one thing, it's a recipe most of the time for disaster. Okay. And so, and also there's a differentiation between that one thing. Like most people think, well, I'm going to do social media and that's my marketing system. It's not, right? It's a way to get attention. Or I'm going to do a podcast and that's my marketing system. It's not. It's a way to get attention. So you got to get attention first. Is it going to be ads? Is it going to be podcasts? Is it going to be social? What's it going to be? You get attention and then you got to send them through a marketing funnel or strategy that brings them from point A to point B, C, D, where they make a buying decision. That's a marketing strategy. And many times people mistake getting attention for a marketing strategy or system. Okay. So you want to pick one marketing strategy or system that you're going to stick to get clients. That's number one. Number two, you need to know the exact metrics. I call them CEO metrics that get one to succeed doing this. So I figured out the CEO metrics for my marketing strategy, which is a simple sales funnel I've been running for the last 8-9 years online. And it's just, I know all the metrics so I can do it over and over and over again. It's how we launched just literally Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, a ton of client businesses in this room, in this office, where we launch businesses in 3 days, 72 hours. We can launch them because we know exactly what to do with that one strategy to get people launched. You need your strategy and you need the metrics to make it successful. Because people think getting launched is the end of the game. It's the start of the game, but because most people never start, they think it's actually the end. Getting launched is the start. Then you're in the game, and then the metrics are the key to actual success. And then finally, it's the idea of dealing with the frustration that comes with an online business. So I was saying this the other day and people were just laughing in the room. They're just like, yeah, because everybody's been there, right? It's like, it didn't work or the technology's broken or, oh my God, I don't even know why it's not working, right? Somebody's asking a question. Carlos says, do you sell the strategy you use that's worked so well for you? Yeah, we sell the strategy. Yeah, but I mean, I can tell you what it is briefly. We do sell it, absolutely. So the strategy that we use is really simple. It's twofold. Number one, we bring clients to an ad. So we do ads. I've spent 13 million in ads on my personal brand over the last probably advertising, maybe 8 years or so. On average, recently we spend about $2 million a year in advertising. So for me, my way to get attention is simple. It's ads. That's what we do. It's what we do really well. That's what we're great at, and that's what we do. So I get attention with ads, number one. Secondly, I bring them to something free where I give away a free training or a free gift. So I get their name and their email. That's the second thing. And then the third thing is from there, what we usually do, 85% of the time is we sell a product for $37 and then we get somebody on a coaching call. The other thing that we do as well is sometimes we'll skip the product and we'll just get them on a coaching call. So our system is really add to something free, and then eventually we get them on a coaching call, free coaching call, and then we sell higher end services to people so we can help them execute. And so our game is execution. I don't really consider us in the coaching business. I don't even consider us in the online course business, even though we sell a ton of courses. Courses exist to get somebody's attention initially and give them understanding of what you do. But if you look at the statistics on the number of people that complete online courses, it's so minuscule. So what we've done is we've taken our knowledge and information and we've turned it into an execution strategy to where we build the actual sales funnel for the customer. We build the marketing strategy and we launch them. So I found over the years of doing this for 9 or 10 years that if you don't help somebody execute on it and you don't hold their hand with private attention and execution, they don't get it done. So that's why we shifted to that model over the last couple of years, and it works really well. And then when you really look at in marketing in your business, content and information, it's no longer king or queen. It's king or queen to get attention, but it's not king or queen to get somebody results. It gets somebody in the game, it gets them understanding on what you're doing, and then you have to sell them the product or give them the product or help them with the product to actually get results. So that's my personal viewpoint on it to help somebody go from A to Z. Okay. And then Caitlin's on there. Hey, Caitlin, what's up? So, so Carla says paid Facebook advertising, give away free stuff, get contact details, sell $37 product, get on a coaching call. You got it. Exactly. 100%. That's one. That's what I've been using for 8-9 years. And then we have another strategy that we use as well. If you don't have to sell the product, because some businesses don't want to sell an online course to start. For you, building a coaching business, this would be a good strategy. But some businesses want to go straight to a coaching call. So we go add something free, like a free training, and then we go to a coaching call. I can actually show it to you, one of the funnels, if you want to see it right now. Let me see what we got here. Share screen. Let's go over here. I'll show it to you. So let's see here. I don't actually have it pulled up. Otherwise, I would show it to you. And I don't want to butts around on this. But actually, this is here. We've got this sales funnel. Let's see if this works right here. Let's try this. Let's go to the entire screen. Window. Great. So here's an example. This should show up on your screen. Let me know if it does. So here's an example of, it's there. So here's an example of a sales funnel that we do. And this is the example of actually like going from something free, Carla, and then we take them to this offer here. And if you see this offer here, it's basically, we're giving them a demo here. So we're offering them to go here and get something free. Okay. And then when they go here, you're going to actually like this. It's kind of cool. They download the free gift. And when they download the free gift, I got to do this verify. I'm not a robot game. They come here and then they come and they actually watch a video here. Okay. So this is where we skip the online course here, but watch this.
Hi, I'm Ted McGrath AI. I've hijacked his bot. If you want me to build and launch your AI-powered sales funnel in 72 hours to scale to 7 or 8 figures, then pay close attention. The game is about to change. It's about to change.
So this is something that we've done recently because this is an avatar. So when we build and launch a sales funnel in 72 hours, the reason we're able to do it now is because we have avatars that are delivering videos for people. We just built one for somebody who's an avatar like this. And then the avatar books people on a free consultation. So if you scroll down on this and you see here, it goes to booking a consultation. So we're not selling anything. But we also had somebody in here who wanted to do the funnel where we sell an online course. And so the avatar was there, and then the avatar is saying, hey, go buy my course down below. And I have sales funnels that sell an online course. If I can pull this up right now, I can show you. Let's see if the clip is up. Because this does work for what you're asking as well. I wasn't planning on these templates, but I'll pull them here. Let me pull it. So here's an example of that same funnel. If you go here, let's look at this. So let me go back and then see if you don't see my screen on this, but let me see if I can show you something different here. So let's present this, and then let me show you one more thing here. Yeah, so I don't have access to this one, but let me see if I pull it up here if it works. So basically what I'm about to show you, if I can get this working, is this is a funnel that I created as a joke with an avatar selling an online course. And because I've always done sales videos where I sell my online course myself, but I decided I'm going to test this thing and let's do this as like a joke to create an avatar and see if the avatar will actually sell the product and see if it actually converts. And so I did it. And let me see if I can get this up here for you. So I did it, and why is it not on the screen? Here it is. So see if you can see this on the screen. Anyway, I don't think it's pulling on this. It's the same thing as this, but it's not pulling for me. So let me see if this is actually showing. It's a different viewpoint on this, but I don't think it's showing. So anyway, it was the avatar that I just showed you. But the funny thing is, like, the avatar was using my voice for the one that I just showed you. But the other one that I launched it on, the avatar was not using my voice. It was using an avatar voice. So what I was doing was like, okay, great, let's just launch this avatar and let's see if this avatar actually can sell something with like a weird voice, like, hey, it's Ted, you know? And this was like 8 months ago when AI was becoming a little bit hot. And I launched it, and then we started to sell an online course, and the avatar was actually converting really well. And then people would get on a call. And it took us about a month to dial it in, because anytime you're launching sales funnels, if you're really good, it'll take you about a month to optimize it to 2 months to optimize it. But after about a month, maybe 5-6 weeks, we optimized it. And then that following month, we were making like on average about a 4x ROI. 3 out of the 4 weeks, we were 4xing. So it worked because we sold a product first, then we got them on the phone, and then we got them on the phone after we sold them a high ticket program. And that's how we were making the 3 to 4x ROI on the system, which was cool. Yeah, so I'm not sure what your question is on that one, Carla, but you can ask that again. But yeah, that's how we're doing it, is we're either going to a product. So if you look at this screen here, so this one, when somebody opts in for this, it'll take them to the avatar, and then the avatar will pitch them on a consultation. But I have another funnel where somebody doesn't have to opt into something like this, where it just takes them to the avatar, and then the avatar sells a product. So either way, we're either selling a product and somebody buys something and then gets on a consultation, or we're having the person opt in for a free training, and then they go watch a training, and then they book a consultation. That's the basic gist. Okay. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing the screen here. Great. So that's how we do it in our business. We see that most businesses come from one of two standpoints. Like they're either one, they're wanting to sell courses online, and a lot of businesses want to do that in coaching, consulting, or in service businesses that want to package what they're doing. And then the second thing that we see is we have businesses come in that they don't want to sell an online course. They want to get somebody to a free consultation, and then after they take them to a free consultation, they want to get them on the phone and sell them some type of high ticket coaching or service. Either way, if you're a coach, a consultant, a course creator, an expert, a service business, I think you should, number one, package up some type of content or some type of training for somebody. And then two, eventually get them on a phone call to actually talk with you so that you sell your high ticket coaching or your high ticket services. That's the basic gist of the funnel. Okay. You can choose what you want to do. You can either go add, free gift directly to a coaching session, or you can go add, free gift, sell a $37 product or $19 product, and then have them book a coaching session. The reason we sell something sometimes first, if you're a coach, course creator, expert, service business, we sell something first because we want somebody to, number one, buy a course and consume some content, and two, have invested some money before we get on the phone with them. But if you don't want to sell a course, the key is to get them to consume some content before they get on the phone with you. That's why you can have an avatar that actually delivers content and training about your brand first before somebody books the call. And that's what I was showing you before when I had this open here. So that's what I was showing you on this screen here in particular. That's the avatar on the screen right now. And this is, let me see if I can run this real quick with you. Well, anyway, you get the gist of it. That's the avatar. You can see part of it on the screen. But that's the funnel that we use where the avatar is actually delivering the communication. So today you can use an avatar using HeyGen, which is HEYGEN. I'll put that in the comment box for you guys. HEYGEN. That's the software we actually use. And so that software in particular will help you create an avatar. And the great thing is all you need to do is script it. So when you want to create a video training, you just script out the actual training, or you script out the sales pitch, and then you feed it into the avatar, and the avatar just delivers it for you. It's the easiest thing to do in the world once you figure out how to use it. And it's incredibly powerful because when I do a sales video now, I don't actually do my own sales videos most of the time anymore. I just feed it into HeyGen, and my avatar that I have then deliver the communication, and I never have to get in front of camera and do something like this. So I can just write a really good script on a video sales letter. We call it a video sales letter. I can put it to the avatar, and the avatar will then communicate the entire script or pitch to the audience, and it looks like it's me. So, but when I use HeyGen, one of the tricks we always teach somebody is always when you're using HeyGen, which is the avatar, always say, hey, this is Ted McGrath's AI. I hijacked his body. Or we had a client the other day who's selling gardening solutions. Hey, this is John's AI. He's out in the garden creating better gardens, right? Or hey, this is Jim's AI. He's out making millionaires right now, but I'm filling in for him. So when you do an avatar, I like to point out the fact that it's an avatar and make it a joke. And then people watch and they're like, wow, this is cool. This is professional. Somebody's got an avatar. So we use HeyGen for that. The second thing that we use in marketing to do my scripts, I use ChatGPT, but I use ChatGPT plus formulas. So if you don't know what that means, ChatGPT plus formulas basically means like if you're going to put something into ChatGPT, you're going to get out as good as what you put in. So I have all these different formulas that I use in my business. I have a formula for ads. So I've spent 13 million in ads in my career. So I have 6 steps to the perfect ad. And it's a formula I use in all of my ads. So when I go write an ad for a client in ChatGPT, I take my formula, which is the 6 steps. I take the customer brand and then we stick it into AI, and that's how we get a perfect ad for the customer. Make sense? So ChatGPT plus formulas, proven formulas that we have, plus your brand is what actually creates the result with AI. So that's another tool that we use. If you want images, just use DALL-E. DALL-E is a really easy thing from an AI perspective. Midjourney you can use to create images for your ads, but we just use DALL-E. And so many of the ads we've launched online, like the event that we've been running, the AI event, we've made, I don't know, 1.5 million from those events, maybe 2 million at this point. And those events, we just use ad images from DALL-E. So we probably create like 20 different images. We test them and see what works best. And DALL-E is just something inside ChatGPT that will actually create ad images for you in minutes. So don't spend all this time wasting time trying to create the perfect image and the perfect brand. Like, get launched. That's the key. So that's another thing that we use. And then the final thing is with the company, my company Trade Tech, my business partners and I own it. We use a software called the AI Appointment Setter. And so anybody who comes through the funnel, we text every lead that comes through the funnel. We're actually using this with 10X and Grant Cardone, where the leads that are coming through their funnel are being texted by an AI that we trained and we created. Okay. So that's how we do it. I can give you the ad formula if you want it. If they'll let me put it in the chat box, you're asking for it. So those who stick around get good things, you know? So if you want my ad template, let me give it to you here. If it'll let me put it in the chat. So this is it. This is the ad formula here. Carla's just all over it. I like it. All kinds of questions. A learner. So there you go. So that's my ad formula. Oh man. How about, did you get it? YouTube rejected it, but in Facebook, did you get it? Yeah, you got it. So Carla, you got it in Facebook. I don't know what YouTube thinks this is spam or something, whatever. I'm live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all these, not Instagram, but live, Facebook, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and I think this is on LinkedIn as well. So that's the ad formula. And if you look at it, there's steps to it. So the first one is a headline that hooks the audience with a question or powerful statement. That's number 1. Number 2 is a call to action right away. Number 3 is share 3 tips. Number 4 is call to action. You'll just see it after every like statement is 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 6 points there. Okay. So you can use that for your ads. All right. Anyway, that's the basic idea of what we're doing and the tools. And really, to recap, there's 4 simple tools we're using. Number 1, ChatGPT, plus my formulas that I just gave to you on ads, plus your brand. So the other thing that makes this work is your brand. And so we have like a 15-step branding questionnaire that we use. And that branding questionnaire helps you get really clear on your brand. And then once you answer those questions, you can use ChatGPT plus my formulas plus your brand will get you the perfect ads, will get you the perfect scripts that you need for your actual business. All right. So that is the gist. Hope it serves you. Again, the 3 things that I shared with you today are number 1, when you're launching online, you need what that strategy is going to be, because there's so many things you could do and so many confusing pathways if you're trying to do too much at once. Number 2, when you do get launched, you need to understand the metrics that make that marketing strategy successful. I call them CEO metrics, right? With our marketing strategy, I know the exact metrics for the ads, for the pages, for the sales calls, throughout the entire funnel that make it successful. So I know what my targets are, which is why we succeed with it. And then number 3, you have to just be willing to be patient and get past the frustration of marketing, because there's so many moving parts, even with one strategy, that something will break, technology won't work at some point, something will go wrong. Some algorithm will get changed. You'll have a bad day. You'll have a bad week. You'll have an up week. Then you'll have a down week. But if you stay the course and you're consistent with your approach and you know what creates success, you'll win. And that's the game. And finally, it's not about getting in the game only, although that's what most people think because they never fully get in the game. Getting in the game is fully launched with leads coming into your business every single day. For our customers, when they launch, more people know them in 2 weeks than have ever known them in their entire career. And that's the power of launching with the right marketing strategy and the right advertising strategy, because you'll reach millions and millions and millions of people over the course of your career. And then if you advertise a lot, you'll reach millions of people in a year. Okay. So that's the game. Get launched, get in the game, and that's when the real game begins. All right. Hope this serves you guys, and I'll see you soon. Have a great, fantastic weekend, and have fun with your marketing, have fun with your business, and do something you love. Talk to you guys soon. Cheers.